Hi, welcome to my YouTube channel, The History Squad. Now we're going to do a series of films, basically this day in history, but they've all got a twist. I love history, so I'm choosing different subjects that I will add a little bit of a twist to if I can. And we're starting 2nd of February 1901, Queen Victoria's funeral. Now, popular history, it's a parade through London, yeah? Well, she died on the 22nd of January in Osborne House on the Isle of Wight. Great place to visit. Before she was actually put into the coffin, there was a few things added. Her daughter Alice, who'd passed away, she'd made a cape for her dad, Albert. That was put in there. But the Queen wanted a white funeral. She'd spent half her life mourning the death of her husband, Albert. So she had a white dress and she had her veil from her wedding dress. But also in one of her hands she held a lock of hair and the pocket handkerchief of her confidant and servant, Mr. Brown. And funny enough, she had the wedding ring of his mother put on her hand. But this was then hidden from view with some flowers, so people didn't know this was her secret. She was also buried with her jewellery. She didn't want anybody else to have it. She had bangles and rings on every finger. I think this is wonderful. However, in the coffin, from the Isle of Wight up to London it goes, and she's going to have this military funeral, the biggest military procession since the death of the Duke of Wellington way back. Brown and white horses are going to pull the gun carriage. It must have been fantastic. 2 hours to pass the whole thing, 30,000 soldiers to be fed and all of that kind of business. But the twist in my tale is I have a personal link to that funeral. I had a friend who died just before she was 100. I'd actually rescued her when I was a police officer, and some say it was my clumsy hands that brought her back to life. Hey, Beatrice Seymour, the little cottages on the common in Gerrard's Cross. This wizened old lady who I would spend 1,000 cups of teas with. And I said to her one day, I said, you know, what's your earliest memory? Oh, she says, I was at Queen Victoria's funeral. Oh, she chuckled. Yeah, this little old lady. My dad, still in the army, got his red coat and his pointy hat. He took me down to London and I was allowed to stand right on the curbside. I saw the whole thing. I saw the Kaiser. I saw the King. Wow, I've got a connection here. This is wow. And I said, so what's your abiding memory of the funeral of Queen Victoria? And she went, ooh, it didn't half pong. And I said, what do you mean it ponged? It smelled awful, she says. I said, how? She says, there were thousands of horses there and their horse apples were being dropped everywhere, horse poop. And the man who was shoveling it all up in this great big barrow, he stuck it next to where we were standing. Boy, did it pong. So there is a touch to history, isn't it? Yeah, a personal touch. And you would think, you know, what do you remember for Queen Victoria's funeral? Oh, the pageant, the horses, the soldiers. No, through the eyes of a 5-year-old, it ponged. So if you've enjoyed our little film, yeah, thumbs up, ding the bell, subscribe. I've got lots of these coming down the line. Thank you very much for your time. Bye-bye.